Hey guys, this is the Life of Stay Stone Storytime Part 1. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take you throughout my whole journey and my whole life. Has it happened and how things occurred to me. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, there's going to be difficult content, there's going to be happy content, and then there's going to be triggering content due to the nature of my story and the abuse that I encountered. Anyway, I'm going to start with my first memory. I'm going to say it's around my 7th birthday. Like, that's really, really vivid to me. So I was mad on my football. I played football at school. I was a Manchester United fan. And although I was a striker, I was going on to do my goalkeeper training. So I really, really wanted the white, sharp Peter Schmeichel goalkeeper kit. Anyway, my brother, he was a Liverpool supporter. And he told me that the Peter Schmeichel goalkeeper kits had all been sold out, so if I wanted one, I'd have to settle for the David James Liverpool one. As a child, you don't know no different. Anyway, I thought he was winding me up. I've gone to bed, I've got up, it's the morning of my 7th birthday, I've opened my presents, and there it was, my dark green David James goalkeeper kit. And then I had the bright yellow Carlsberg Liverpool kit as well. You know, I got football boots, I got other presents as well. But being a Manchester United fan, you can't go and then sport a Liverpool strip. So also the most mad transition from I had to go from a Man United fan to a Liverpool fan. But yeah, so that was that. In the afternoon, a couple of my friends come down from school, and back then like you had like tea parties, so we had like a picnic tea, and then the birthday cake and the all sung happy birthday. I lived in the house with my mum, my dad, my brothers, my sister who I shared a room with, and we lived on like a cul-de-sac, but like it was like a square street, and we all like literally knew each other. We had a shop at the top of the street as you come in, and then at the side of the house we had like a park which had 2 hills, and we'd play like rally-o, you know, hide and seek, making dens, British Bulldogs, football on there, and then at the top of the street outside the shop we would play Kirby. Sometimes we'd close off the whole street, like we'd put like cones at the top of the street, and everyone would be involved, and we'd just have a full football match right across the whole car park. It was like really, really cool. And then at the back of the house there was another park with like slide roundabout swings, only a small little park, but I weren't allowed off the street, so I wasn't meant to be there. School life, so I'd go to school from like 6:30 in the morning till 6 at night. My mum, she worked at the school, so we was there all day. When I got there, teachers were a little bit groggy, so I'd go in the sports hall, take myself off, go and get like football out of the cupboard and just kick the ball around for a little bit. Before people started turning up to school, I would get to the classroom because I was a bit of a teacher's pet, you know, like my mum worked there, everyone like took me under the wing. I would do like odd jobs for the teacher before the school day started. After school, there would be like after school clubs on most nights, so I'd get involved in all of them, whether it was cross country, chess, the violin, the recorder, of course my football, and I even remember doing like Irish dancing. But yeah, so I used to do that, and then I used to go around after that and just like help my mum like empty little bins and stuff, you know, and then we'd go home and I'd have my tea. At the weekend, so it's a Saturday, I'd get up, I'd play on my Sega or my Nintendo SNES, but I loved the Sonic. And then I'd go down and play in my playroom, so I'd play with like my Barber Caravan, I'd play with my Polly Pockets, my Subbuteo, which was like the little football game. And then in the afternoon, my mum would take me uptown and go around shopping, and then I would get my pocket money and I would go and buy some Merlin's Premier League football stickers, and then go to Thornton's and I'd get like, you know, the little chocolate balls. So I used to do that. And then on the Sunday, I would have to get up to go to church, and then in the afternoon it was Football Sunday on TV, so I'd watch that. Or sometimes he would take me to car boots or antique shops, and then on Sunday nights we would have a Sunday dinner. So my life was great. The only thing that I didn't like in school was the swimming. I remember having to go swimming, and like beginning everyone would get changed into like swim stuff, and everyone would be lined up at the side of the pool, you know, and swimming instructor would be like, right, everyone jump in the pool. Everyone would literally jump in, splash, try and make the biggest splash. No, you get me, side at pool, crying my eyes out, scared of water, shivering, not wanting to jump in. Like 10 minutes before the end of the lesson, the teachers would be like, right, Stace, just slide yourself into the water and you can have 10 house points. Obviously, I wanted the house points, so I used to slide myself in, crying my eyes out, begrudgingly going into that pool for them house points. But yeah, so that was like my life, you know, like it was really, really happy time. But I will carry on, keep going, and then continue to show how all that changed, how all my life was ripped from underneath me. And yeah, thank you all for listening to Storytime Part 1, and Part 2 will be next. Please give me a follow.